Hello YouTube friends and community, this is Ken with Nothing Fancy Collectibles. It is time for part 3 of let's go through these vintage football cards. Bob Kowalkowski. How many of y'all are reminiscing from the other two? And we'll probably have one more after this. A lot of these names I do not know. Because like I said, I did not grow up watching, but they're just particular names that stand out and I know. If you hear me say one, then you know that's one of them. So back in this time period, do you think it was any more difficult, any harder to play than it is now? Rules then versus rules now? Just curious. Ken, you could look that up. I like the interaction with you guys, folks. I'll tell you what, it is awesome out here in the shade. It's probably right about 80 degrees. Let's see, today's Sunday. I'm on my third video of a 4-part series. And yesterday, I had totally planned, to go to something near the Southern Virginia border that was planned back in April. But a lot of the rain it was had at that time, they canceled it about a week before and rescheduled it. And hopefully you can pay attention while I talk. You know, let me know if my rambling while you're looking messed you up, and I'll try to remember not to do it again. But anyway, if you ever watch the Friday the 13th series, and if you know who Jason Voorhees was in the series, there were quite a few different actors that played him. And they had one featured at this event called Friday the 13th Jason Lives event at a camp down in near Martinsville Speedway, not too far from it. Oh, and somebody hits the gas in the background if you hear it. But I wanted to go to that, get a piece signed. They had a big day planned from 11 to 4. And then the vendors had to leave and only people with photo ops got to stay. And then after that, those folks had to leave and anybody with the VIP, which was a dinner and a screening of the movie and question and answer with C.J. Graham, the one that played him in that movie. And I tried to get tickets for back in April. That's too late. When they canceled it, I got on a list, but I did not get tickets for that. So I thought, well, I'll still go and do a photo op. We used to do, for my wife's family, we used to do a haunted house for a couple weekends before Halloween. Fundraiser for a cancer fund in a grandfather's name. And it started out small and turned into a big event. And I'm not kidding you. It was a hayride down to the house, go through a trail and a hayride back through the same trail. People set up along the trail. You go through the house. We'd go sometimes to midnight or a little later. Had to pack up, get up early and go to church the next morning. But it was not uncommon for us to not bragging, but it was not uncommon for us to bring in 10, 12 grand on a weekend. But it was all for a good cause. And I had a lot of costumes. I'd always go the day after Halloween to that place called Spirit Halloween, a store that they would set up for a couple months in various different towns. Never in our area. I'd have to drive. And I would just take the day off. There's MacArthur Lane again. All right. And that's 1976. So I would go to get things half off for the next year. Now I'd get costumes and masks. And I had one. Still got it. And I'm probably going to feature some of that stuff for a video before Halloween. And I wanted to do some videoing down there, but I don't think that was going to be allowed. And I was going to get my Jason Voorhees mask, the hockey mask, signed by him and a selfie with him doing so. But I woke up yesterday and I thought, how long is it going to rain? It rained a little bit. And I kept looking, and it looked like if the center of the table is where we were, or where it was going to be, the whole width of that table, and you know how wide a round table is usually going to be, and the whole width of that table would have been that swath of rain coming up from North Carolina. It looked like it was going to start about the time they started at 11. We're at the 7-minute mark. I'm going to go till I finish my story. It looked like it was going to rain all day. And they had canceled it because of rain back in April and rescheduled it. So I chose not to go. And I should have, because as the day went on, I kept checking and checking to see how close the rain was. And at some point, that big old 50 to 100 mile wide or 200 mile wide, it just disappeared. And I made myself sick, because by the time I decided I'm going to go, well, I wouldn't have got to spend much time down there by the time I drove. So dummy here didn't go. I missed out on a fun opportunity. All right. I'm going to stop here. And we're going to go to part 4. And maybe finish all of these and finish that series. So stand by. It'll be another day. Folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed. And let me know what you think of what's here. And maybe even of the story. Keep collecting the things you enjoy. And have a great day.